Hello aspirants, in this video let me just quickly go through different stats or agriculture statistics for you that will be helpful for you in different competitive examination if you are appearing. So this is based on the annual report 2024-25 which you can also download from Agri-Coop website. So workforce engaged in agriculture and allied sector, how much percentage of workforce engaged in agriculture and allied sector, that is based on the census 2011. After that there was no census. So it is around 54.6% people they engaged in agriculture and allied activity. What is the contribution of agriculture to India's gross value addition? That is 18.4% nearly, and reported area in India, that is 306.6 million hectare, out of which gross cropped area, that is 219.4 million hectare, gross cropped area, that is 219.4 million hectare, net cropped area, that is 140.7 million hectare. From that we can get cropping intensity, that is gross cropped area divided by net cropped area into 100. So that is coming around 155.9%. So cropping intensity of India is nearly 155.9%. Okay. Then gross irrigated area, if you look at gross irrigated area, that is 122.3 million hectare. Gross irrigated area 122.3 million hectare, that is 55.75% of gross cropped area. Okay. Gross irrigated area, that is 122.3 million hectare, that is 55.75% of gross cropped area. Net irrigated area, that is 79.3 million hectare. Net cropped area or net irrigated area, that is 79.3 million hectare, out of which the tube well contributes the maximum, that is 49.34%, 49.34% irrigation through tube well. Then other wells like 13.46%, canals 22.85% through canal, then tank only 2.82%, then other sources 11.53%. So this is the total scenario of irrigation. Then if you look at the area of cultivation, in for different crops like rice, we have 49.5 million hectare, wheat 34.9 million hectare, pulses 27.5 million hectare, oilseed 33.2 million hectare, sugarcane 6.8 million hectare, cotton 13 million hectare. So again I am repeating, rice it is grown in around 49.5 million hectare, wheat 34.9 million hectare, pulses 27.5 million hectare, oilseed 33.2 million hectare, sugarcane 6.8 million hectare, cotton 13 million hectare. Okay. So if we look at the area production and productivity, if we look at rice, it is around 47.8. Actually, this is according to 23-24 data. So rice it is around 47.8 million hectare, it is being grown, and production is 137.8 million ton, 137.8 million ton. Productivity, that is kg per hectare, or production yield you can say, that is 2882 kg per hectare, 2882 kg per hectare, that is the productivity of rice. Wheat it is grown in 31.8 million hectare area, the production is 113.3 million ton and the productivity is 3559 kg per hectare. Nutri-cereal, those are the millets, they are being grown in 24.9 million hectare area, production 56.9 million ton and productivity or yield 2283 kg per hectare, 2283 kg per hectare. Then let us talk about pulses, that is grown in area 27.5 million hectare with production 56.9 million ton and productivity pulses it is the production is 24.2 million ton and the productivity is below 1000, that is 881 kg per hectare. Food grains, total food grain if you look at, then the area is 132.1 million hectare, production 332.3 million ton and productivity is 2514 kg per hectare. Let us talk about oilseed, it is grown in area 30.2 million hectare, production 39.7 million ton and productivity 1314 kg per hectare. Sugarcane it is grown in area 5.7 sugarcane, it is grown in area 5.7 million hectare with production 453.1 million ton and productivity 78,953 kg per hectare. Cotton, it is grown in area 12.7 million hectare with production 32.5 million bales, and one bale of cotton is equivalent to 170 kg. So, the production is 32.5 million bales and productivity 436 bales. Okay. So, bale for cotton is 170 kg and for jute and mesta it is 180 kg. Okay. So, MSP is decided for recommended based on CACP, that is cost of Commission of Agriculture Cost and Prices for 22 mandate crop, and FRP is along with MSP for 22 mandate crop. FRP is decided, fair and remunerative price is decided for sugarcane, and CACP has recommended MSP to be 1.5 times, it is a rough calculation, nearly 1.5 times of the cost of production it should be in MSP. Okay. Now, from 22 mandates crop, 14 are kharif crops, 6 are rabi crops, along with that toria and dehusked coconut it is considered for MSP. Okay. So, this is a basic scenario of annual report 2024-25 if you can refer to. There are some key programs, or just let me highlight few key programs that is being launched for farmers welfare in the country. That is PM KSY, that is Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, it is for micro irrigation, promoting micro irrigation. PKVY, Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, that is for promoting organic farming. Soil health card scheme, every 3 years farmers get their soil health status and 12 soil parameters are being taken. Gram Jyoti Yojana, it is for uninterrupted electricity supply. Then PM Kisan Yojana, farmers are getting 6,000 per year incentives in 3 installments, and it was launched in February 2019. PM KMY, that is a pension scheme where farmer will get 3,000 rupees every month after 60 years, and that is valid for 18 to 40 years, and you have to give premium or provide premium to government, that is from 55 to 200 rupees per month. Okay, that is premium, and after 60 years you will get 3,000 rupees per month. PM FBY, that is for crop insurance, and it was launched in 2016, that is Prime Minister Fasal Bima Yojana. Then MISS, that is Modified Interest Subvention Scheme. If you are providing the EMI timely, then there will be interest subvention. AIF, that is Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, that was provided for agriculture infrastructure development. No more drone Didi, that is to provide drone training and drones to women SSG for their self independence. Then Renfed area development, it was launched in 2014-15. Crop residue management, that was launched in 2018 in 19 in northwest India, where crop residue burning is a major problem. MIDS, that is means Mission Integrated Development of Horticulture, that was launched in 2014-15. So, it was just overall idea about the agriculture data and stats and some schemes. For the notes, you can refer to our Telegram channel, there I am sharing the notes, and if you can go through for detail, you can go through the government website as well to get this informations. Hello aspirants, let us discuss about the forest status or forest scenario in our country, that is India. So, this is based on 18th Indian State Forest Report that was published in 2023 in 2 volumes. Okay. So, and first report of Indian State Forest that was launched in 1987, the first report, and every 2 years they used to survey and do the release the forest report. Okay. So, this time for this ISFR 2023, that is Indian State Forest Report 2023, that is the 18th report. So, is the satellite or sensor that was used, that is LIS 3 sensor with spatial resolution of 23.5 meter at a scale of 1:50,000 it studied or surveyed. Then forest is being classified. Forest area means what? If the canopy coverage of a particular zone is more than 10%, then that is considered as forest. Okay. So, if it is the canopy coverage is for 10 to 40%, then it is called open forest. Then if it is the canopy density or canopy coverage is from 40 to 70%, then it is called moderately dense forest. If the canopy density or canopy coverage is more than or equal to 70%, then that is called very dense forest. Okay. And if the canopy coverage is less than 10%, then that is not considered as forest, it is considered as scrub area. So basically FSI, that is Forest Survey of India, that was launched National Forest Inventory during 2002. If we will say total forest cover, that is 21.76%. If we consider total forest plus tree cover, that is nearly 25.17%. So according to ISFR 2023, the increase in forest cover, that is highest in Chhattisgarh, followed by UP, followed by Odisha, and followed by Rajasthan. Percentage decrease in forest cover, that is highest in MP, Madhya Pradesh, followed by Karnataka, followed by Ladakh, and followed by Nagaland. Maximum volume of tree species inside forest, that is Soria robusta. Maximum volume or maximum density of tree species inside forest, that is Soria robusta, and outside forest it is mango followed by neem. Okay. Then total carbon stock we have in our India, that is based on forest report, 7,285.5 million ton, because I mean forest is acting as a carbon sink. So total carbon stock we have in our forest, that is 7,285.5 million ton. FSI, that is Forest Survey of India, it was established in 1st June 1981. 1st June 1981. International Day of Forest, that is 21st of March, it is celebrated every year, and 21st of March. So then to reduce greenhouse gas emission, so basically forest, if we forest or if we stop the degradation of forest, we can somehow mitigate the greenhouse gas emission. For reducing greenhouse gas emission, there was a protocol called Kyoto Protocol was there. Then Paris Agreement was also for environment sustainability to limit global warming below 2%, that was the theme of Paris Agreement. Then we have Sustainable Development Goal, 17 Sustainable Development Goals for 2030 to achieve. Then Sustainable Development Goal 1 says no poverty, SDG 2 says zero hunger, SDG 3 says good health and well-being, SDG 6 says clean water and sanitation, SDG 13 says climate action, SDG 14 says life below water, and SDG 15 says life on land. Okay. So this was some of the SDG and with its theme. Then Convention of Biodiversity, that is related to biodiversity. UNCCD, that was launched in 1994, and it was for sustainable land management, UNCCD. Bonn Challenge, that was for restoration of degraded land. Ramsar Convention, that was for wetland rehabilitation and protection, including mangroves. Forest cover, as I said, if the canopy coverage is more than or equal to 10%, then that is called forest. If it is less than 10%, it is called scrub. Indian Forest Act, it was launched in 1927, National Forest Policy in 1988. If we look at the country having maximum forest coverage, that is Russia, followed by Brazil, followed by Canada, followed by USA, followed by China. Where we stand? We stand at 10th place. Okay. India stands at 10th place in terms of forest coverage or forest density. Forest area, if you look at the states, then maximum forest area in Madhya Pradesh, followed by Arunachal Pradesh, followed by Chhattisgarh, that is total forest area. But percentage forest cover with respect to total geographical area of the state, then Lakshadweep stands first with 91.33% of forest cover. Then Mizoram, followed by Andaman and Nicobar Island. Lakshadweep, followed by Mizoram, followed by Andaman and Nicobar Island. And nearly 90%, 19 states or union territory combinedly, they are having more than 33% forest coverage, which is ideal. Okay, more than 19 states, I mean nearly 19 states, they are having more than 33% forest cover, and near 8 states and union territories, they are having more than 75% of forest cover. Most forest fire incidents in 2023-24, it was in Uttarakhand, followed by Odisha, followed by Chhattisgarh. Top 3 carbon stock, that is Arunachal Pradesh, followed by Madhya Pradesh, followed by Chhattisgarh, and followed by Maharashtra. You can download this Indian State Forest Report from forest department as well. Okay. This was just brief idea about Indian Forest Report ISFR 2023. That's it. If you have any doubt, you can let me know, and if you want this type of information lecture, and this PDF you can find in our Telegram channel. If you want more such informative lecture, you can follow our Instagram page, as well as you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in the next lecture. Till then, keep reading, keep signing. Bye bye.